Hi friends, welcome back to Teaching in Room 9, our region's largest classroom. My name is Julia and I'm one of the second grade teachers at the Soulard School. But here for Teaching in Room 9, all of my lessons focus on math for second graders. Everyone's always encouraged to join. Welcome back friends, I hope you're having a really great week and I'm so excited to be here with you and thank you for taking time out of your day to be here with me. And I just can't wait to get started. All right friends, we're going to start with our mindful minute exercise, just like we always do. And all week we've been focusing our mindful minute exercises on just taking really deep mindful breaths. And then after we take some mindful breaths together, I've been kind of talking you through some of the different strategies that you can use in order to help manage your anxiety. And again, anxiety, all that is, it just can feel like stress. It can be like overwhelmed. I feel really stretched thin. It might look all sorts of different ways. It might make you feel agitated, nervous, that sort of really tight feeling in your chest or in your stomach. It could cause belly aches. It could cause having a hard time sleeping, all these other things. So we really want to sort of take a check-in with ourselves, like a self-inventory, and see how is it that I'm thinking and feeling. So then once you really do that, you're able to notice when you're starting to feel stressed or overwhelmed, and then you can use some of these strategies to help feel more recentered. All right, friends, so I'm getting ready to take my deep breaths. I'm sitting up nice and straight and tall. I'm opening up my chest so that I have nice big airways to take breaths with. I'm loosening any tension in my shoulders, my neck, my back, my jaw, my forehead. All right, we're gonna take a deep breath in through our nose, counting to 3, and out through our mouth, counting to 3. Ready? Okay, take a deep breath in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay, again, take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Nice job, friends. Keep taking those deep breaths together. You're doing amazing. The strategies I want to talk to you about today are, so a lot of times when we're feeling really overwhelmed by everything, like I have so much stuff on my to-do list, I don't even know where to start. Can I get a me too if you feel that way sometimes? I know I definitely do. So when you feel so overwhelmed with all of the things going on and all the things you have to do, an easy way to help practice releasing some of that anxiety is really just taking it one step at a time, which sounds so easy, but it's not at all. So start by making a to-do list. What are the things that you need to get done? Now, can you take that to-do list and break it down into things that need to happen in the next 20 minutes, the next hour? What needs to happen today? What has to happen by the end of the week? What do I want to accomplish in 6 months or a year? I love to make all sorts of to-do lists. Things that need to be done right now, things that need to be done this week, things that need to be done throughout the year, goals that I want to set for myself. So once you really take those steps, just really breaking them down as little as you can. What can I do right now? And then you can come up with strategies in order to attack that plan. And think about, if I were going to use this strategy to solve, what would happen? Maybe if I went about it this way, then what would happen? Okay, so really just kind of taking that big overwhelming feeling of all those things you have to do, break it down into small pieces, and start so very small. Even when you're feeling anxious, sometimes as simple as getting up, getting dressed, making your bed, taking a shower, getting ready for your day can really help to start turn your mood around. All right, so the next thing is you can, oh, this is a great one, making sure that you kind kind of take a moment to be creative, which I love this. I love making charts, drawing, just being creative in any way that I can, lettering, listening to music, playing music if you're talented enough. I'm definitely not talented, but I love listening to music to be able to calm myself down. And then the very last thing, friends, is really just kind of challenging those unhelpful thoughts. So sometimes when we're feeling really overwhelmed, some negative thoughts might creep into our brains. So I challenge you, friends, when that happens, to try to challenge those thoughts. Say, not today. Not today, negative Nancy or negative Nellie. I'm not going to let those feelings take over or change how I know I feel. Because sometimes it's hard to do that in that moment, but these are all strategies you guys can use in order to help you calm down, feel centered, ready to learn. And hopefully you found breathing together with me today. And I'm talking about all these different strategies this week, helpful for you. And maybe you can even use some of these strategies on your own. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into our learning objective. Just again, just our learning goals. We always put them in I can statements. This week, I can use the relationship between addition and subtraction to solve. So I'm going to use my understanding of addition and subtraction and how those two are connected, that relationship that they have. And then I'll use that in order to be able to solve my equations. So we've been working really super hard lately with all these different addition and subtraction strategies, using open number lines to solve, just using regular number lines to solve. And when you are using number lines, what other strategies can we use? What ways can we break down numbers? So that's what we've been focusing on this week. And in doing that, I can make 10. So we've been really breaking down that number that we're adding or taking away into tens and ones, and sometimes even breaking down those ones even smaller. Yesterday we did a 3-digit number, so we were able to break it into hundreds, tens, and ones, really breaking it down. And then I try to make a 10 a nice friendly number, then I add my big numbers, and then I finish up with whatever I have left over to solve, and then I can flip it and be able to solve the opposite strategy. So if I do addition first, then I flip it, and I'm able to use subtraction to solve. So since we've been doing this here together, let's go ahead and sing our song. We've been singing it all a week together, and we've done this chart and this song before, so you guys should be super familiar with it by now. But it's just different ways to decompose 10. We've got 10 and 0, 0 and 10, 9 and 1, 1 and 9, and then we meet in the middle. Are you ready? Okay. 10 and 0, 9 and 1, 8 and 2, 8 and 2, 7 and 3, 6 and 4, 5 and 5, 5 and 5. Nice job, friends. Hopefully these 10 facts are so ingrained in your brain now, and you do not even have to sing the song because you are so amazing and you know your facts, so easy peasy. All right, so we did this together. Let's get rid of this guy. And we're gonna go back over this strategy that we used last week, and we've been using the same strategy all week in order for us to be able to solve. So we're going to break up one addend, and we've been breaking into tens and ones, or hundreds, tens and ones, and then breaking it down even farther after that. And then we can use them in a different order in order for us to be able to solve. Okay, and so since this week was the election, this was a really important week for our country. And so I thought, why not use that in our math problems this week? So first we solved for our class president, then we solved for the whole second grade president, then we solved yesterday for our committee chairman, the person who's gonna help organize all the different committees and events that schools have going on all the time. And 3rd through 5th voted for that one. So now we're gonna solve for the whole school president. So our numbers have been getting bigger each day. So in order to solve for our school election, we're gonna start with the first candidate received 118 votes. All right, now 118 votes. Now candidate B was our winner at 132 votes. Congratulations to candidate B. All right, so now I want to know how many people in the school all together voted in this election, because maybe not everybody was there that day. We don't know exactly the number. So let's go ahead and solve. So we're going to use our number line, draw it out here, got our arrows, and I know I'm going to start at 118. Okay, now the number that I'm adding on is 132. So I know I need to break it down, right? Okay, so how am I going to break down 132? What should I do? I see it's a 3-digit number. How should I break it down? Did I hear friends say hundreds, tens, and ones? Yes, you're absolutely right. 3-digit numbers can be broken down into hundreds, tens, and ones. So I usually always just start here. If it's a 2-digit, breaking it down into tens and ones, 3-digit, breaking it down into hundreds, tens, and ones. So let's go ahead and start with that. How many hundreds do I have in 132? Nice job. Let's go ahead and hold it up together, friends. Ready? 3, 2, 1. There is 100. And 100 is worth 100. Now, how many tens do I have? Get ready to hold it up. Think about it. 132. How many tens? All right, let's hold it up together. Ready? 3, 2, 1. 3 tens. Yay, nice job. 3 tens is worth 10, 20, 30. Okay, now how many ones do I have in 132? You got it, friends. 2 ones. So I broke it down just into hundreds, tens, and ones. So sometimes right off the bat, I might not know exactly what numbers I need in order to solve. So I know I'm starting at 118 on my number line. So here's 118 here. Now we know 118 is really close to a friendly number. What is the next 10? How do I get from 118 to that next 10? Okay, 118 is so close to what number? 120. Right? It is so close to 120. How far away is it? 118 to 120. What do I need to add to get there? You want to hold it up together? All right, let's do it. 2, right? 118, 119, 120. We only had to go 2. Ready? We'll do one little ribbit, ribbit, and I've got 2. Do I have a 2 over here? I sure do, don't I? I have 2 in my ones. So I think that I might be okay and I might not have to break it down anymore. So let's go ahead and erase our 2. So we already went to 120 in order to get a friendly number. All right, now, what should I do next? Should I do my 30 or should I do my 100? Can really do it either way, right, friends? We'll still get the same answer no matter which one we do first. But I like to do things that just make really nice, clean numbers, so it makes sense to my brain. So to me, I'm thinking I should add 30 next. Let's see how where that lands us. So, ready to jump 30 with me from 120? Hop. So I jumped 30. Now where, let's get rid of that 30. We did our tens now. Where did I land? So 120 plus 30. What number is that? I think I heard a friend say it. It is. It's 150. See, I started to write it, but I wanted to give you a chance to think. So now we're at 150. We did our 2 tens and our 3 ones. 2 ones and our 3 tens. Sorry to confuse you. Now, how much do I have left? What's the last thing that I need to do in order to make my jumps? Do you see it on the board? Yeah, the 100. I have to do the 100 next, and then I'm all done. Okay, so let's go ahead and erase that 100. We're gonna jump up 100. This is a huge jump. Ready? Whoa, that was a big one. Nice job. So that was 100. If I go up 100 from 150, what am I going to get? You guys are so good at this. If I go 150, the next one is 250. Nice job. So we broke down 132 into hundreds, tens, and ones. 100 was our hundreds. 3 tens, which is 30, was our tens, and 2 was our ones. So we went from 118, and I know I wanted to make that nice friendly number, so I went up 2. So there's my ones. Then I wanted to get to another friendly number, so I added on my tens next. I went from 120, I added 3 tenths of 30, so it gives me 150, and then I added on my 100 to give me a total of how many people voted? 250 people in the school voted that day for our class president, which was, or our school president, which was candidate B. Nice job. Now let's get rid of our A's and B's. Now we're gonna see how that relationship between addition and subtraction makes sense for our brains. So in fact, families, I know I'm always gonna start at that big number. So I'm gonna start right here, right? We're gonna start at 250. Okay, so on this one, I added on 132, so now I'm gonna take away 132. Whoa, look at these big numbers, friends. 2 3-digit numbers, can we even do it? Yes, of course we can. We're just going to be able to look at our addition that we've already done. We've already done the hard part, right, friends? So let's break down 132. I don't remember. What did we do? I can't remember, friends. How did I break down 132? You're so smart. We broke it down into hundreds, tens, and ones. So 132 has how many hundreds? Holds it up. Ready? 100. 100 is worth 100 ones, or 10 tens. They are the same. Now, how many tens do I have in 132? Hold it up. You guys ready? 3 tens, which is worth 30. And then how many ones in 132? Yes, so smart. 2 ones. All right, so now I'm gonna get my blue subtraction marker. I'm gonna start at 250. We're gonna take away 132. So here I've got 250 votes altogether. I've got 132 for the winning candidate. I wanna figure out how many voted for candidate A, the one that did not win. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do, 250 is a pretty even, pretty clean number, right? I would definitely call that a friendly number. So why not, let's just get this big guy out of the way, right? Let's get this 100 out of here. All right, let's jump back 100. It's a big hop, ready? Whew, we did it again. So we did our 100. That's already done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now I need to subtract my tens. How many tens do I have? 3 tens, which was worth 30. Let's jump back 30 from 150. Where did I land? I landed at 120. So I started at 250 and I took away 100 right away because 250 is a pretty clean, friendly number. Then 150 is a pretty clean, friendly number. So I took away my tens, my 30. So let's get rid of that. How many do I have left now? Just these little pesky ones, right? So let's go ahead and take away those 2. We're at 120. Hop back 2. That's a small one, so we'll do a rivet. And I landed at what number? Yes, you guys are amazing. 118. That's how many people voted for candidate A, the person that did not win for this election. All right, nice job. Now we're gonna solve the last 2 problems in our fact family. So let's erase this one here. We'll start with addition again, just like we did, and then we'll end with our last subtraction equation. So first time we did it was 118, that was candidate A, 132, candidate B. Let's start with candidate B this time. And we know, again, a fact family has 4 equations, and they use all of the same 3 numbers. So if you have one equation in your fact family that doesn't use those 3 numbers, it doesn't belong in that family. So now we've got 132, since we started with 118 the last time, okay, plus 118. Okay, so we want to figure out how many votes in all do we have. Here's our number line again. We'll get it nice and ready. I'm starting this time at 132. And now I'm going to break apart 118. How do I break apart 118? No, how do we do it? Yes, you were so right. All right, say it with me, friends. Ready? Hundreds, tens, and ones. Nice job. So 118, how many hundreds? Okay, let's hold it up together. You ready? 100. Nice job. 100 is worth 100. How many tens do I have in 118? Here's my hundreds. Here's my tens. Hold it up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 110. 110 is worth just 10. And then how many ones do I have left over? 118. I have 8 ones. Nice job. We broke it down into hundreds, tens, and ones. And like I said, we like to start here, and then I look at my number line and I think about what numbers do I need and how can I get those numbers out of breaking it down, either into tens and ones or hundreds, tens, and ones. So right now I'm at 132. I need to get to the next 10. What is that next 10? What would that be? What's the next 10 after 132? You said 140. You got it. Nice job. So how do we get from 132 to 140? Right. If you said that you add 8, you are absolutely right. If you didn't say that, no worries. Let's count it here together. 132, 33, 134, 135, 136, 137, 138, 139, 140. So it's 8. All right, so I hopped from 132 to 140, and I used 8. So I don't think I'm going to need to break it down any more than that. So let's get rid of our 8 ones because we already did our 8 ones there. There's our 8 ones that we already jumped. All right, next, I am going to, should I do my 10 or my 100? What do you guys think? Could we do it either way? Yeah, we definitely could. But 140 is really close to another number. So I'm thinking out of adding 100 or adding 10, I think I want to add the 10. Let's try it. Okay, so if we add 10, it would give us 10 more than 140 is 150, which is also like a super clean, friendly number. So we've done our 10. You could have chosen to do the 100 if you wanted to, but I like to get that nice clean number of 150. And then let's add our last one, which is 100. We're gonna make a big hop of 100. Are you ready? Okay, ready, set, hop. Big hop, right? 100. So 100 more than 150 is 250. Wow, nice job, friends. So this time we did candidate B first, then we added candidate A's votes, and now I have a total of 250 votes all together for the school president. Now we have to do our last subtraction equation in this fact family. Are you guys ready? Okay, so we start with what number in our subtraction equations out of these three? We start with, is it the smallest or the biggest? Yes, the biggest. You are so amazing. 250 is where we're going to start. So we're going to start with this number here. Now I added on 118, so now I'm going to take away 118. All right, now we know using this strategy here, we got to break it apart, right? How do I break it apart? I can't seem to remember. Ready? Let's chant it together. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Hundreds, tens, and ones. So how many hundreds do we have in 118? Let's hold it up. Ready? 100. Then how many tens do we have in 118? You ready to hold it up? Here it is. How many tens? 110. So we're 10. And how many ones in 118? 8 ones. You're amazing. So same process. Now we're going to subtract. We're starting at 250. Pretty clean number. So let's go ahead and knock out that big guy right off the bat. Let's get rid of our 100. Okay. We're going to jump back. You ready to jump back 100? Woo! That's a lot. Where did we land? We landed at 150. Okay, now we've got our tens and our ones. We've got 8 ones, even though that looks like a really weird squishy 8. Fix that. We've got our 8 ones. There you go. And our 10 tens. So 150, pretty clean, right? Let's go ahead and do our tens, okay? And hop. We did 10 back to give us 140. So now we erase our tens. Now how many left do I have to subtract by? Yes, our 8. Ready, and hop. We did our 8, so now we've officially subtracted 100, 10, and 8, which all together gives us 118. And where was our answer? 132. So on this one here, we started with our 250 votes. We took away 118. We broke it into hundreds, tens, and ones. We did it in the order that made the most sense in order to get those friendly numbers. And so 250 minus candidate A's votes gave us candidate B's votes, which was our winner at 132. Nice job, friends. Thank you for all of your hard work. I'm so proud of you. See you next time. Bye.
Teaching in Room 9 is made possible with support of Bank of America, Dana Brown Charitable Trust, Emerson, and viewers like you.